and welcome to day number 24 in your Building Strength for Life plan. This is a 31-day plan to build strength, enhance health and supercharge your confidence. And today we're working on the arms and the shoulders. So we're working in some functional strength moves to get those shoulders and arms strong and toned. I've got a couple of sets of weights with me today. This is an all standing workout, so you don't need a mat or soft surface. But of course you can take a seat if at any point you feel that you don't want to be standing and you'd rather do these exercises seated. That is not a problem with me at all. So if you fancy a little warm up before we get going today, then you can click the link in the top of the screen where you can find my 5-minute low impact warm up. And when you're ready to go, we can get this started. So even if you've already done the 5-minute warm up before this, we're still going to just stretch out the neck because it's super important just to make sure that everything is mobilized and you're not holding too much tension through the neck. So I want you to bring the chin across over to the shoulder, straight over to the other side, back to the first side. So chin over the shoulder, and if it's all feeling fine and everything is feeling good, on the next one you're going to bring the chin over to the shoulder, and then you're going to roll down to bring the chin over the other shoulder. Roll down and over, and back and over. Well done. So you can do as many reps of those as you feel like to make sure that you're not holding any tension into that neck, because it's super important when we're working on the shoulders and the arms. Right. Next thing, we're going to bring our lighter weights. So mine are 3 kilos, but yours may be 1 kilo, 1.5, whatever they are. Holding those weights in an overhand grip, you're going to bring one arm up and then the other arm up. So start when you're ready. One arm up to around about shoulder height and the other. So alternate. Often we'll do this exercise where we'll work both sides at the same time. But really, when we work on one-sided exercises like this, unilateral, there's really nowhere to hide for that weaker side. So it gives us a really good indication of how balanced you are. And if you're feeling that one side is particularly more difficult than the other, then I would suggest starting on that weaker side and then working to the level of the weaker side. So if you can no longer do any more on that weaker side, don't just keep pumping away on the stronger side. Take a rest, because that will just make it stronger, and that's not what we want. You're going to stick with the same weights, and we're going to do an upright row. So the thing for this exercise is we want to make sure these elbows are higher than the weights. We don't want the weights to come up here. We want the elbows up nice and high, pointy elbows up to the top. Aim for your ears. That's what we're looking for. Ready? Let's go. So up and down, up and down. Now, how are your feet doing? Quick check. Toes facing forwards. Feet and heels pushed into the floor, tummy engaged. We're not sucking in the belly, we're engaging the muscles. That's two very different things. We don't want to just be holding in our belly and then having to let out a big breath of air, because that's holding our breath, not holding the muscles. So really start to make sure that you're engaging those tummy muscles as you are pushing your feet into the floor. And then over time, take a rest. That will start to happen naturally. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go for a heavier weight if you want, or you can stick with your light weights if you prefer. We're going to do a bent over row, and we're going to be working in the overhand position again. So again, so you're going to push the hips back, overhand position, palms are facing the body, and we're going to row up and back together. We're going to give those shoulder blades a little squeeze at the top. And I want you to get a nice long neck, so not looking up here, not looking all the way down here, thinking about lengthening through the neck, eye gaze looking down, rowing up, nice and slow as we return the weights to the starting position. Breathing all the time. 3, 2, 1, take a rest. We're going to go back to that alternate frontal raise. So back into those light weights at the front. So we're just going to work through 3 little sets as we go through today, day number 24. If you're still here, then well done. Super work on getting to this stage. Let's go. And if you've had days off in between, all the way through. You've meandered, you've taken the scenic route to get here. That's absolutely fine with me. I'm just overjoyed that you're here. If on the other hand you have gone day after day after day, then well done to you as well. Your journey is as individual as you are, so it doesn't matter how you get here or how long it takes even. Just doing the work is amazing, and I hope you feel really, really proud for getting this far. Good job. Keep it going. 2, 1, and take a rest. Well done. We're going to go for that upright row again. So remember, elbows are nice and high, pointy elbows, nice and tight into that core, into those tummy muscles. Just relax the shoulders. Okay, just relax. Ready? Let's go. Up, back down. So when we're bringing the elbows up, we're not hunching. You're not hunching up into the shoulders. We're not trying to bring the shoulders to the ears in this exercise. We're actually going to try and do that a bit later, but not now. So just keep the jaw relaxed. Keep the head and neck relaxed. Well done. Keep it going. Nice and slow on the downward phase of the movement always. That's where we build the strength. It's not just, one side pull up and then let the weights go back down. Take your rest. Well done. Each phase of the exercise is doing something, so it's really important to complete the movements and to respect each form of the movement. So the concentric, the up, and the eccentric, the lengthening as well. Okay, we're going to do the bent over again, overhand grip, so your palms are facing your body. Push the hips out, slight bend in the knee. Let's go, rowing up and down. Tummy nice and tight. Pull up that pelvic floor. If you're not sure what I mean by that, pulling up, not clenching your bum cheeks. Pull up and engage the core. So the core's kind of going back, pulling your navel back towards your spine, and the pelvic floor comes up like a lift. Imagine you've just dipped your toe in something very cold. Up. You feel that? Now you know what I mean. Good job. 2, 1, take your rest. Very well done. Okay, next exercise, we are going to do a cross-body punch with a bit of a difference. Quite often what we'll do for this exercise is we'll push across and then do a little squat or something, and then we'll go to the other side. Today we're going to work on one side, then the other, which is a little bit different to what we normally do. I'm using my lightweight, and I'm going to go across, and I'm going to come back in. Across, and I'm going to come back in. I'm giving my heel a little bit of license to come up off the floor as I'm figuring out how this feels. And then once I know that that feels okay, I'm going to push across and keep the heel down. Now, if that was feeling too tight for you or too heavy, give yourself a little extra with that heel, okay? Totally up to you. Just cross punch, back in, nice and slow, back in. Take a rest. We're going to switch sides. You've got 20 seconds before we do that, so just zen. And we will get over to the next side. 5 seconds then, so get that weight, that position. First of all, just start working through that increased range of movement. Let's go with the heel, back in, heel, back in. All feels fine. Over, back in. It's just a little more intense is all. Good. Well done. You're doing really, really well. You really are coming towards the end of this plan. Obviously, there's still a few days to go. But if you've got this far, you're closer to the end than you are to the beginning. And take a rest, which is a really exciting thing, isn't it? That's kind of an exciting thing to think about. I'm going to go with my heavier weights for this next exercise. Again, a single-sided exercise. I'm going to draw one leg back. The supporting leg is bent, not a massive bend, and I'm making sure that that knee is not over the toe. So it's a bend. I'm going to drop down slightly. I'm going to lean over, and I'm going to row up, and I'm going to come back down again nice and slow. Up, nice and slow. Now it's up to you how much you want to bend over here. You can be quite upright or you can be quite bent over. You can do this kneeling onto a bench. If you were to do that, it would look something like this. Up and down, making sure that you have your wrist stacked underneath your shoulder on the supporting side. But if you don't have a bench or a surface that you can do that on, you can absolutely do it here instead. Lots of options as always. 2, 1, take a rest, and we're going to change sides. So you can actually use this with quite a heavy weight into this side. Okay, is this pull up? But of course, if you prefer to use a lighter weight, then you can feel free to do that. Totally up to you. Let's get ourselves ready and let's go. So if you're getting a bit confused with which side is which, you need to give yourself a little bit of space. So if you've got your bent knee under here, then you're not going to be able to lift up properly. So the bent knee, the supporting leg, is on the opposite side to where you're lifting. Okay. Nice bent over position. Push into that heel. So you're not coming forwards, you're not tipping forwards, because all that weight wants to do is send you off balance. Okay, so push into the heel of that supporting leg and take a rest. Amazing work. We're going to go back to that first crossbody punch. You are doing amazingly. Okay, so we're going to go back across. So an all standing shoulder workout today with the arms. Nothing into body weight bearing, although there are some super fantastic exercises for the shoulders that are just body weight or body weight bearing. For example, press up, shoulder touch, renegade row. All of those will get into your arms and shoulders, holding a plank, holding a bridge, doing side lying work into a bridge or a plank arm. But today I thought you might like some weights. So that's how I'm going to spoil you today. Good job. Don't forget to let me know how you're getting on. How did you find the session? Did you like it? Were there things that you, take a rest, were there things that you could do now on day 24 that maybe you didn't feel either brave enough, strong enough, or just simply couldn't do on day number 1, 2, or 3? Let me know. I'd love to be able to share your success with you. 3, 2, 1, over we go. Because to be honest, you've been successful when you're just all on your own and nobody is telling you well done. That's no fun. I'm here for you. I am here to cheer you on, to share in your success. It makes my job worth doing. Keep it going, nice and tight into the tummy. You feel it into your side as well. If you want it less in your side, then you're bringing up that heel. Pushing across. 2, 1, take a rest. Well done. We're going to go back to those single arm rows. Then we've just got 2 exercises more and then we're done. So just stay with me. Stick around. Last little bit. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Rowing up, coming back down. Now, where's your head at? Are you up here? You don't want that too much of that flexion into the neck. So what you want to do is lengthen up that neck a little bit. I'm looking just beyond my toe of my supporting foot. You might not know where your head is in space, and that's okay. Have a look in a mirror or take a picture, a little video, and just have a little check. It's really important to be able to learn where you are in space and in time. Okay, because then you can do the exercises properly. And take a rest. We're going to switch sides. That body awareness is just really important. So when you're maneuvering yourself through life physically and metaphorically, you know where you are. You know you can get through that gap, or you can squeeze here, or you can do that. It's just going to help to prevent any slip, strips and falls. It's going to be able to keep you balanced, keep you confident as well. You know, if you can trust your body's ability to do what you want it to do, and you know where you are, you know where your arms are, you know where your head is. I mean more than just, you know, that your arms are attached to the top of your body. You know what I mean. I think you know what I'm trying to say. I hope so. Keep it going, nice and tight into the tummy. Nice and slow each time. Not using momentum, we're not swinging. We're keeping the heel pushed into the floor. Take a rest. Well done. Last exercise is coming up now. I'm going to use the heavier weights. We're going to do some shrugs. So I'm going to hold those weights by my sides, and I'm going to bring up the shoulders to the ears. I'm not going to hunch over. Okay, so often when we see this exercise, so up and down, you want to shrug like, you know, a teenager. You actually want to make it, you think about those muscles that are working to get those shoulders up and back down. We're working through the shoulders, the top of the back, into the neck. So bring up those arms. If you find this difficult with a heavier weight, use a lighter. Just got a little wiring issue, so just keep going. I knew this would happen. It happened in the practice. Keep going. Good. That's better. And take a rest. Now we're going to go for your lighter weight. And we're going to do what's called a reverse curl. Now I like to think of these as a T-Rex curl, which I know that many people out there would be very unhappy with me putting my own little name on an exercise, but you'll see why in a second. Hold those weights, quite light weights, into an overhand position so your palms are facing your body, and you're going to come up and back down. Now tell me that does not look like a little T-Rex curl. So you are curling and your palm is facing to the floor, then into your body, up and then down. This is strengthening your forearm and into your wrist, people. Okay, so for all of you out there who are saying, I'm finding it really hard in the wrists, a light weight for this one, gripping that weight. So what's not happening is I'm not flexing or extending that wrist. Nice and strong and straight all the way through. Strong and straight. Take a rest. Shrugs once more. Reverse curl. T-Rex curl once more. And then you are done for the day. 24, almost done. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Shrugs up and down. Up and down. So important to show the movement is isolated into the shoulders. The head's not going forwards. Bringing the shoulders up to meet the ears, not up and out. Okay? And you should feel the difference in that head if you're starting to chicken neck. Okay, we don't want that. So nice and tall up through the head, but also bringing the shoulders up. It feels a little counterintuitive, doesn't it? But trust me, it's definitely doing something. I can feel it. Take a rest. Reverse curl one more time. Just one more time for this one. And then you're done. So day 24, arms and shoulders, almost complete. Remember those palms in the overhand position. Facing the body. 2, 1, here we go. Up, back down, up, back down. Well done. Day 25, tomorrow, is a core strength session. Now, it's not a particularly long session, about 20 minutes long, but it's totally mat-based. And I know some of you were like, oh God, I don't want to do the mat. It's an important session to do. If you can lie on your bed, then you can do this session. Okay, so if you find getting down to the mat tricky, don't worry. If you can get yourself set up somewhere where you're comfortable, then we can do that session together and take a rest. There will be a few options for standing, but it is predominantly a mat session for a reason. I would like you please to be able to give it a shot if you can. But I know lots of you will be very happy with that session as well. So, you know, I've got 2 camps there. So anyway, I shall see you tomorrow for a 20-minute core strength session. Have your mat, you don't need any weights, just your positive attitude and a big old smile on the face, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, bye.